Some of our favorite altcoins are going haywire right now. We have CBDCs going live across the world, and we're going to show you the secret sauce on how the government hid CPI data, making everyone completely confused, gaslighting the world. All this and more on today's Blockchain Basement.
We are the bread and butter of all the information that's been swimming across the internet for crypto news.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What do you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Over 2 years, he's made like 17K on Roblox. And he's
What?
Like 12.
You never listen to me. We must be married. Yeah, well, how much are you investing? $100.
400 to 600,000.
Do you
The
think it's
generational signals are now. Now.
You're spread so thin, that's how you get in on Snake. Snake's been my biggest winner.
What is up, my lovely people? Oh, we got
What up?
Kelly Kellum down on the couch. How you been, Kelly?
I'm good. I want to see those lab codes for those lab techs
Yes.
here in the chat. Drop
Punch
them in
them in
here.
there.
We see all the members here in Blockchain Basement too. We got, was that Boobas Crypto?
Yeah, Bubba's Crypto. We got Married AF up in here. Shake and bake. Nicole Ministator. Meatless. Looking for that ooh woo woo. Almost. Crypto Surge. Fade and Tradfi. All the wonderful. A bunch of new names here. Well, I think Fighting Fish rings a bell. Mine some. What up? Crypto Maniac. Fantastic. Fantastic. We also have Biscuit Jesus. Hiding, thinking of nefarious things he can do.
Prevents the precious.
Married as welcome to OG status. How you doing?
What's up?
Damn, it's like we in a relationship.
My
That's right.
favorite username. I think it's so
Situationship.
cute and wholesome.
Yeah, Hannah, I got yelled at about you not being here. How are you doing?
I'm good. We're recovering. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I was dying. Sickly little duckling.
Sickly duckling.
We're recovering though, like just like the charts. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know that they're recovering. Hopefully
they're
you were
recovering.
recovering counter to the potential market.
Look at Bitcoin. Having no chill. This is thick. Okay, this is the month. Now, scoot us out of the way, so I'll pull this up here. But basically, I was looking for us to hold anywhere within this level. Basically, ranging between 35.8 and 34.5. And my God, if we have not absolutely just woken up over the past, I think this is only the last few hours, where this resurge has really started to pick up some steam.
To be most accurate, it was 4 minutes or so after I posted, watch out for some potential downside because there's some bearish divergences. But then I also said on this morning stream on BitLab, I said, right now is the time. And I also said it on Discover Crypto when I was doing TA today. Right now, it's a very irrational portion of the market where things are going to be kind of moving at their own pace right now. And they're disregarding any bearishness because there's so much exuberance that's highlighting the market.
Absolutely, man. We have with Thor Train in price discovery right now. Caspa as well. Price discovery mode for it. 11 cents for Caspa. Absolutely crushing it.
30% in 24. Whew.
This is just lovely. And this is so joyous for the basement because Nick was down here literally a year ago talking about Caspa.
Have you asked Nick how much he's mined and how much he's bought?
We need to check in on that.
I'll tell you the answer is 0.
He's mining in.
Now he is.
No, he's been mining he was mining before this pump for
He hasn't
sure.
been mining it at all.
Well, it's running right now. In the
Oh,
next
now
room.
it is. But not the past year.
Oh, no. We've been talking about the project for the past
He's been
year.
talking about it for a year.
Yeah, that's the point. You know what I mean? And we knew a lot of people that had gotten in early on
What
the
does
mining.
that say? Scroll over. It says Caspa is now fully blah, blah, blah integrated with X.
Oh, that's a scam, probably.
Okay.
There's no way that's real. What is he talking about? I never look at these comments. There's so many scams on those side comments. I'd be careful there. But Caspa, absolutely ripping, up 1,700% on the year. My God, having no chill. So shout out to everyone that's holding that project. But it was nice to see Solana and Avalanche competing pretty aggressively. Avalanche breaking that $20 mark. Absolutely thick with it. And then Render has recently, over the past few hours, like we woke up, what was this, 8 o'clock in the morning, $2.30, up to 271. It peaked out right around 282.
Hey, special shout right now for anybody that's in the BitLab Discord. John Dalton, one of our top traders in there, had called this out, I think yesterday or the day before, was showing charts on the potential breakout of this. It was all mapped out. So get in there in those VIP charts and the scalps and the gems. All those charts are, I mean, we're breaking it down for you daily in there.
Yeah, this is a gem right here. This is a nice pattern for a AI-based kind of smaller product. Now it's in the $1 billion market cap range, though. Number 52, definitely moving up. So watching out for a pullback on that. But honestly, I don't know if we're going to get it. I know that we were looking for that downside. We wicked down to like 34.5 or something like that yesterday. It was a pretty good wick to the downside that got eaten up pretty quickly. Kelly, what's your assessment on the market as a whole? Like where we are in comparison to the 4-year cycle? We're coming up right around that time where that big downfall should happen, that last correction before the big bull market really kicks off. Is that what we're looking for here?
Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. That's if we're looking at the 2018, 2019 cycle. Because we went from 3,500 up to about just shy of 14,000. Mm-hmm. We had a pretty steep correction down. And it actually started pushing up before the March 2020 global economic catastrophe shut down markets everywhere. And everything crashed and had a V-shaped recovery. But if you look at the 2015, 2016 cycle pre-halving, there was basically a steady growth rate and then a long sideways accumulation. And then there was actually no real dip off leading into the halving. There was a big push up just before the halving and literally crossing over when the halving happened. There was a little bit of a pullback. So two very different sort of landscapes for what we can expect here. And then the other thing we need to also remember is we're in the most... Every single one of you that's watching this show right now or watching any crypto shows, whether or not you've bought or not, you're so far ahead because we are in the best risk-adjusted time in history to buy Bitcoin because of where we're at close to the halving, but more specifically because of all of the developments in terms of the global awareness. Every government stage in the world is talking about Bitcoin. Institutions are on this side. Like they're already starting to deploy. And when that cascade, I was just talking with Cypherzilla earlier today, that when this sort of cascade starts to happen with institutions and things like smart contracts and all these things start to get implemented, there is going to be an absolute flood of not only integration into this space, but because of that, just awareness and then just a drive of new people and capital that come into the space. So where we're at right now, Bitcoin's proven itself. Many of the altcoins are starting to prove themselves. We can't say they've proven themselves yet because they're still very early, even Ethereum.
Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Gifted membership.
Shout out. But where we're at right now in the market, I think we're in a part right now of exuberant disbelief is what I would call it.
Yeah.
Because TA, like today, we had a daily chart showing bearish divergences, markets pushing up. But then if you do zoom out a little bit, even looking at like I don't know what the chart this is. This is the daily chart on Bitcoin. The top that we're in right now, even with the push up we're in we're kind of forming a broadening wedge.
Right.
And that broadening wedge is kind of confluent right with that 38.5. So the 38.5, if you put that on the month, you'll see it. See that broadening?
Mm-hmm.
See that broadening width across the top there?
Yep.
And so 38.5 is kind of where I'm looking at. And if we take that out, I think it's going to be another very quick liquidity moonshot, probably up into in the 42 to 45 sort of range.
Yeah.
So I'm watching 38.5 for that next explosive bullish movement. And if we start breaking back down, I still think it's very likely at some point we're going to hit that $32,000 to $33,000 region. The question is when.
Right. And things are looking juicy right now. And we also have this is something else I'll get into, but this is Glassnode data from stablecoin supply. Measuring just the ratio of stablecoin market cap to Bitcoin market cap is starting to turn positive for top stablecoins like Tether and USDC and BUSDC and DAI. The shift's suggesting an increased funds flowing into crypto market. And this is just kind of showing me we're getting right to the end point of, people being out of the markets. The markets are waking up, and this change in stablecoin is kind of what I'm using as my bellwether. This is like this. Weren't they saying that this is the longest bear market we've had so far in crypto?
Yeah, it was 570 something days. Or
quite
something,
a long time. Quite a long time. But we have the potential. We have the potential for another leg down. We got to acknowledge that. This is Crypto T talking about Gary. What the F are you doing? in context of Larry Fink from BlackRock. I filed for a Bitcoin ETF 5 months ago when it was 25K. Now it's 37. My shareholders are missing out on the gains, Gary. The halving is coming up. What do you know what a fucking supply squeeze this is, Gary? I need you to approve it before it pumps to all-time highs so my ETF returns look good. If you don't approve it soon, I'll make a few calls and put someone in that chair that will. This is potentially the thoughts of Larry Fink. This guy hard-sidedly believes and spoke to the public saying that he expects the Bitcoin ETF to be done and approved in January of 2024. For many of you in the chat, I'm sure you're aware of who this person is, but in my opinion, that person has more sway than the president. With where we're at, it would play into BJ's theory about bringing the boat back so that they get the good entry points, they get those losses. It's a potential we're watching here, man. We're starting to play games with the big boys of finance in the world. Things can change rapidly when you start dipping your toe into that realm. So
I mean, hey, look at December of 2022,
okay,
when markets had fallen from the FTX final sort of capitulation there, and things were scary, and people were calling for 3,000 and 6,000 and these astronomically ridiculous numbers. And then what happened?
Right.
From right at the beginning of scrolling over there to the right, you can see right at that base. All of a sudden, especially if you look at it on a log chart on like TradingView or something, that move in 15,000 up to look at that very quickly. That's how quick the narrative changed.
Right.
It's
Absolutely.
it's like dropping a tennis ball. And once it meets its floor, what does it do? It moves the opposite direction with conviction. And it doesn't feel like it. And I said this a lot on the BitLab Academy stream lately. When you're very stressed about what's going on in the market, it's because you're looking at an hour chart or a 15-minute chart. You're looking at a smaller time frame, being victim to your emotions and the volatility of that time frame you're looking at. But when you zoom out, we are clearly in a bullish trend. And regardless, even if a pullback happens now to 32, 33, people think I'm bearish by saying that. That would be ultimately the most bullish thing that could happen, because if we pull back to 32, 33, test that previous range high that we broke out from and move up, you're not frustrated when you look at larger time frames, because you see the map is laid out for you.
Exactly. Absolutely. And we have what's up, man? How you doing?
Dante's in the house.
Dante saying what up. This is just to keep in perspective. So we're talking about just a resurgence in the market without a Bitcoin spot ETF. This is what happened to gold when that spot ETF was finally approved. This was 2004. Okay. And ever since then, it was approved somewhere around, 300 euros an ounce. And obviously it surged heavily after that.
May I just say too, what we're seeing here, I'm not going to say it's going to happen exactly with Bitcoin, but what I will say is that the likelihood of huge capital flows into Bitcoin post ETF is not only very likely, but it's probably going to be at a much more rapid pace than we saw with gold. Because gold, the only thing different with gold when it became an ETF is it created a new access point. But gold has been around forever.
Right.
Bitcoin is also on the threshold of already breaking the norm of being a new type of investment, of being more transparent, of being a new paradigm shift for not only people and individuals, but businesses and governments. Every single being out there that interacts with money or monetary systems, this affects them.
Absolutely.
And if you don't participate in it, especially early on, you're exponentially reducing your ability to move into the future with grace.
Well, and the crazy thing about it is you can try to choose not to participate in digital currency, but digital currency is choosing you to participate with it. So IMF managing director came out today talking about central bank digital currencies.
Hip hop song back in the day, CDBC. Oh yeah, you know me.
You know what CBDC? Yeah, you know.
We should make a remix though of that. That'd be pretty lit. This is the IMF managing director talking about CBDCs replacing cash. Simultaneously, Kazakhstan is moving forward and launching its CBDC following reports today, executing currency's first transaction. If you remember, Kazakhstan was also upheaving from civil unrest not too terribly long ago. So I'm going to be watching this situation closely to see how the population responds. But on November 15th, the chairman of Kazakhstan's National Payment Corporation executed the first transaction in Almaty using the central bank digital currency for the first historic purchase. He used a debit card connected to a CBDC account. looks like they are working on getting the thing going here. Just on CBDCs, this came out today. That's pretty fun to use, just to see where the world is as far as development of CBDCs. Kind of an interesting visual to put on it. You know what I mean? Like how far ahead, Red is launched, and we have it launched in China. We have it launched in Russia. So India, basically BRICS, in essence, has already launched them. They're moving forward a lot faster. And honestly, I think CBDCs could go to hell, and I would sleep nicely in bed every night without
Shout
them.
out to Catch Them All. He said, time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
Yeah, but check this one out, you guys. And this is kind of where I track the civil unrest stuff. Like, remember, Nigeria released it, and absolute hell broke loose. So these types of situations, it depends on the demographic they're being tested in, but
I like that chart is on the Human Rights Foundation website.
Oh yeah, isn't that nice?
CBDCs where you can gatekeep how I spend my money. Definitely
isn't that nice?
Human rights.
Isn't that nice how they do that?
I don't have a good article for it now, but it was talking about how I think it's actually like 20 states in the United States are already talking about doing universal basic income, and everybody's like, "Yay, UBI." Does everybody else agree that's going to be in the form of a CDBC and will be the totalitarian takeover that, like, it's funny that people will just go for it. It's like, what's the classic line? Those you can convince of absurdities, you can convince to commit atrocities.
Yeah. And the worry
that's exactly what's going on. Be like, oh, you're just going to give me free money? Cool. What could go wrong?
Right. And the worry I have in that process playing out is they bring you to your knees to make you wish that you had a fix. And then they come in with that fix as a UBI on a CBDC type platform, and you willingly accept it because you're already desperate. It's the importance of growing
like the
your own
government
food.
is our pimp.
Yes, you need to be able to make your own sovereignty through financial ways, cold wallets, cold storage, but also growing your own food and not being beholden to centralized positions of power. It's just what's got to happen. It's not an easy process, but
when are
things
you getting
got to
that
change.
Cholo tattoo of just beholden across your
Beholden?
yeah, beholden.
I'd be holding. I'd be doing that.
Yeah, 500 likes and he'll get a Cholo tat.
Cholo Tat, 500 likes at the end of this stream.
When I brought it up.
If you guys get this to 500 likes within the next, what do you got? You got 20 or 35 minutes. We'll see how far you get.
Go get your friends.
The CPI news, Kelly, the markets don't give a damn about CPI, I feel like, anymore. But I give a damn about how the CPI number is rigged and a scam. Yeah. So I just want to highlight this from Peter St. Onge. Yesterday's inflation numbers came in flat, driven by plunging energy costs, standard in early recession, and of course fortified by a fictitious 34% drop in healthcare insurance costs. Now you're like, what? What do you mean? Your healthcare has not gone down in cost, right? Numbers were a bump of coke for the markets, who decided that the Fed's done hiking, yet core inflation came in hot once again. Let's look into this. This is their graph showing their 34% reduction in health insurance costs. But the real part of the story is what they're doing is a new method by the government's Bureau of Land Labor Statistics. It's not your premium that they're measuring in these costs, but your healthcare insurers' profits that they're measuring in.
Here's the deal.
That.
This would only work if they retroactively reprinted every report in the past using that metric also.
Right.
Otherwise, all you're doing is shaping it. You picked a number that gave you a better narrative.
Right. It's pretty aggravating, though, to see these things. Like we looked at, was it Shadow Stats yesterday, and highlighted how they pull these levers on how they take in these metrics to fit the narrative of where they want things to go. I do think that, this next story talking about coalescing markets is where the markets are roughly going to go. I think the Fed's done with their hikes. I just think so for now, and they'll probably continue the beatings after the election, after the next bull market, after there's a bunch of crypto bros that have done so great. But futures are now showing a 0% chance of an additional rate hike, and rate cuts slated to potentially begin in May of 2024. What do we got here? Unbelievable. We got a football that just made it onto the stage. There we go. Where are we going to send that? We're going to send it to Jay Powell?
Owen.
Ah!
Stay alive.
alive. Stay alive.
Hey, somebody, I just yelled at Owen, so mark it on your bingo sheets.
Stay alive. Stay alive. But rate cuts were expected to begin in June of 2024. Now they're looking at even as close as May. Markets are pricing in at least 4 rate cuts to happen in 2024. Very interesting to see. Basically, the markets kind of know that Jerome Powell has no more ability to raise rates while the election's right around the corner. Kelly, let's introduce your buddy here. We didn't pan over to him. Owen, do you got the shot ready?
We got Cypherzilla here.
We got Cypherzilla.
This is one of the smartest people I've talked to in the last hour and a half.
We got a homie, a new homie hanging in the basement. You got the shot for him? Let's send it. There he is. There he is. What's up, man? How you doing?
Good.
It's all floppy.
Fix it for him, Kelly. Jesus.
We tried.
What's up, guys?
Yo, what up, man? What up, man? Thanks for joining us. We got to get. I need to get more angles. I got to get a better side table setup. I should probably put it behind Owen. Then behind you. So then you're forced. Show yourself, Owen. No. Look at this shot. Look at this shot. Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Put it up. Come on.
Behind
Don't be shy. You're so shy. Let me see it. So this. God. I think I'm going to put it behind there. Then you're going to be forced.
I've trained him well to be a shitlord.
I know. He is a shitlord. Look at right there. That's where it needs to go.
Your homely fans.
Your homely fans?
What is that?
That sounds
Don't play coy.
That sounds sketchy.
Don't be coy.
Drew be holding some heat. My fingers are empty right now.
C90 up for the win said LA side guy.
Oh my god. All right. So what do we got here? That was Bobby. We got some attacks. Largest bank giant in Germany has now partnered with Ripple for digital payments in a groundbreaking move that promises to reshape the financial landscape of Germany. DZ Bank, country's third largest bank with over 300 billion euros in assets under management, has officially gone live with a digital asset custody platform for institutional clients. This is just in general good. I like to see large banks being open to custodying crypto because when one big bank does it, then the next starts to get interested in it. There's a lot of different mechanisms that banks like to use to up their profits, while other investments like their commercial real estate or all those other types of securities are failing them exponentially. They're going to see the bank next to them making money and returns off custody and crypto. And it's probably just going to keep snowballing out even without the SEC spot Bitcoin ETF approval. This market is still on track to hit $5 trillion in market cap at the next peak. It's insanely bullish to think about the potentials, what will happen if we do get what it looks like we're going to get in January. Just showing that gold chart earlier.
By the way, I just thought about this as well. That mentioned the comment I made about gold. The other thing also is the gold's Bitcoin's market cap's much smaller than gold's was too when the ETF came in. So the monetary energy is there's less needed. Plus, there's a huge influx of new people that are going to be coming in this next bull market. It could not be a more perfect storm.
Absolutely, and there's a whole lot of reasons for them.
So you're saying that potential Bollinger Band has some kinetic energy in it?
Oh,
or potential energy?
I've seen you in your Bollinger Bands.
Thank you.
VJ, you are just a spicy one today. You're on one today. You were running the morning stream, and I was on the morning stream for the second time. I like being on that show. We got the new setup. BJ's got a very high-tech system that we're setting up, getting well understood with. That's the best I can. Look at him. He's like, good luck.
A humble king.
Yeah, he is a humble king. Check this picture of Gary Gensler out, though. Look at that. So looks like
it's actually
Voldemort.
More attractive than the real thing.
You think so? Yeah. I mean,
it's like Gary Gensler and Snape had a.
Yeah. Well, you meant Voldemort.
Voldemort, yeah.
Vold Gensler.
I was never a Harry Potter guy.
You guys think he's going to be in his position by the next bull market, like peak mid 2025? You think Gary Gensler's in? Or
he's going to go out of this position. He's going to be a full bottom.
Full bottom?
Yeah.
Like a power bottom or like a weakling bottom?
Starfish bottom.
Yeah.
A starfish bottom?
Gary Gensler.
Oh my God. Wow. That took a dark turn. Now, I was thinking about the competitors to Ethereum a lot. I've been thinking about what layer ones are going to land in that top 5 at the next peak. Obviously, we're watching Solana. We're watching
there
Avalanche.
Aren't really any competitors. Because Ethereum's killing itself. So,
Oh, my. VJ, it's still being built upon pretty heavily, though.
Yeah, so is Rome.
So was Rome.
saying.
That's a good comeback.
Roman Empire moment.
Okay. But it took a while for Rome to collapse.
Yeah, well, with Moore's Law, things can collapse a lot faster.
That's... Look at this guy.
We done?
Look at
Are
this
we
guy.
done?
No. We're not done.
Are you not entertained?
But beyond Solana, I was looking at Rune Thorchain for a long time. I love the ability to swap just using Bitcoin pairs. And Thorchain is lit. So it's catching up. I love to see its price action picking up, centralized swaps. But then FTT, we deserve all the pain that's coming for us after this blow off top. FTT coming back in a big way, probably going to be an exchange that's used by new people in the next bull market, as crazy as it may be to think. But then we have a rising social volume of interest for Bitcoin and Ethereum. But we showed this chart earlier, I think it was yesterday, like in general, Google searches for Bitcoin and regular kind of interest is definitely a lot more contained and stagnant right now than what we saw in the last bull market. It'll pick up though, because we have Squawk Box and Kathy Woods with that insane prediction of Solana, but it's not really that crazy if Solana does accomplish the number 3 or even number 4 spot as a competitive layer 1 in the next crypto bull market. Ethereum accomplished $550 billion in market cap at the peak. And I do expect Ethereum to get closer to $1 trillion this time around. That was pretty
Really?
tight. That was pretty tight.
So cute.
What's up, Stephen Watson? Pay us in euros. We got some euros now.
Those
We're
are
fancy.
pounds.
Oh, those are pounds?
Yeah.
Fine.
Pinkies up,
We got
chops.
some pounds.
Like the symbols, how do I say this? Completely different.
Oh yeah, it's this. It's like the C with a little line in it, isn't it?
It's
I
like
think
an
you're right.
L
Wait, what
with
are
a
these?
F with a.
That's the pound. The euro is the like C with a line in it, I think.
The euro is an E thing.
Listen,
isn't it?
I only measure from their side of the pond in bullets, size of bullets, millimeters.
America.
Okay. Now, Frax, I didn't really like what I saw on Frax's market cap to price action, but they are continuing to move forward. This is from Flywheel DeFi. If you guys are into these deep DeFi picks like Pendle and Frax, everything on kind of like the Arbitrum ecosystem as well, this is a good source. Just talking about Metronome to the Dome week 3, made a total of 3.6 or $93 annualized at an 18% yield. Just different ways to create yield within Arbitrum, Pendle. You can find it here. I am definitely going to have to, on Frax though, I'm definitely going to have to figure out exactly what the tokenomics are. But, really talking about Solana and what Kathy Wood said, it's pretty amazing to think that Ethereum hit that 550 billion mark. I think it's going to hit $1 trillion. Even without a Bitcoin spot ETF or all this other amazing bullish news that's happening in the background. Now, the potential for Solana as a number 3 is, in my mind, tangibly going to reach a $200 to $500 billion market cap if you're in that top 5 range, and that would put Solana over $1,000 a token. That's pretty crazy to think about. And it's nothing that is out of the realm of possibility. Like, you have to keep in context when the internet boom happened, many projects, or Netscape and AOL, they were the big ones at the time, and they get overtaken by better and faster technologies. That's what Kathy Woods, in my opinion, was hinting at. And I'm not going to be surprised if I see AVAX, Solana, some of those other things. But what I hope is that Thorchain and decentralized type systems compete heavily against that, so that we don't just have centralized exchanges basically commanding the movement of markets, because we all saw last time it didn't work out too well.
This definitely becomes a game of market dominance and total market cap of all of the cryptocurrencies, because when you're talking about Ethereum, for example, and all these layer 2s and everything else, how much is that going to eat up the Ethereum dominance? We talk about Bitcoin and ETFs and everything else. How much is that going to eat up the dominance? So I think that's going to be kind of the fun thing to watch. This
Absolutely.
cycle.
Absolutely. Let me see here if I have this other thing. Don't pull this up yet. Oh God, look at this. I have some random things I want to see. This is enough projectiles to manufacture 600,000 rounds, all in just that small amount of pallets. I found this fascinating. One, for the weight of this, then also, this is an organization that is literally only selling to the average American citizen. Only. If you get a chance, check them out. Phoenix. And I won't say the last word because then I will trip the algorithmic robots into finding me and eviscerating me. But absolutely love companies like this. We also had Xi Jinping getting a visit to San Francisco. And we have a check-in here on how things are going. Really well with Gavin Newsom.
Dude, I posted, I saw somebody, all the posts about them
Gavin's
cleaning.
got some nice lateral delts.
Them cleaning up San Francisco for Xi Jinping. And it's like, I can't help but think about a story I saw many years ago when America was berating how bad it was that the tours that our politicians were able to go on in North Korea and how it was very sculpted and they were taking us only down certain roads.
Absolutely.
It's like we're doing the exact same thing. But I do have a special shout out. Adam made it clear we need to bring back Hannah's mustache.
Oh my God.
And also, they're not doing the same exact thing. The fences that they use to truncate people's views were bought from different manufacturers.
Yeah, that's true.
Different chain link fence.
Well, you got to spread the wealth, and those producers. This is a tweet from Jameson Lop. I like the guy. We have to pass the bill so you can find out what's in it. Nancy Pelosi. And then we have, it'll be of little avail to the people if the laws be so voluminous that they cannot be read, or so incoherent that they cannot be understood. From James Madison. This is the absolute opposite land that we live in today's current day and age. We see the scam of we're going to shut down the government and all these little processes and payment systems that you rely on for the federal government is going to go away. And, they're just scamming you. They're not going to shut down the government. They just use it to scare people.
Anybody else bullish on Nancy Pelosi's left eye in that photo?
Oh, dude. Whoa.
Shout out to Ray. Vegan said this is boring later. And Ray said, vegan later, bro. Don't overdo it on the soy.
I mean, he's in here all the time.
Soy boy.
Much love.
We love you.
Much love.
Much love. I hope that your vegan foods
We're
have
here
protein.
for you because nobody else is.
That's so true. Oh, that is real.
It is.
That's real.
I hope we can keep
Even
you
the haters
around.
need love.
Look at this. Did you guys see this fight go down? We're going to watch this. I'm going to watch this. This happened in our Senate halls. Okay. Just keep that in mind. This is in the U.S. Senate. Pretty lit. You ready for this, Owen? We're sending it.
He's self-made. Sir, I wish he was in the truck with me when I was building my plumbing company myself. And my wife was running the office because I sure remember working pretty hard and long hours. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
Hold it. No, sit down. Sit down. Okay. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Actively.
Oh, okay. Sit down, please.
Sanders comes into the top row.
Hold it. If we can't, no, I have the mic. I'm sorry. This is what he said. You'll have your time. Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing.
I love that he called him out. He said right here, right now. And he goes, "No, you sit down. You're a senator." It's like you're the one that called me out.
Oh my God.
You are a United States senator.
That's just amazing to see. You can see cracks in the society and the civility and the facade that you live in that, public services are always going to take care of you.
The UK.
I know.
It gets pretty rowdy.
I know. There's been fist fights break up. And then what was it? There was some Southeast Asian countries that really, their parliament got at it.
Oh yeah, it was like what was the old WWF thing where
putting the buster and
where everybody comes into the match and everybody's fighting at the same time. Yeah. The brawl.
Hell in a Cell. No, that was Undertaker, I think.
Can't remember.
But yeah, just nice to see them fighting amongst themselves because they're all assholes. So I think that we can actually clear out and literally drain the system of all of these corrupt archetypes, basically, facades of representation that we have in front of the limelight right now, acting like they're standing up for what you want. They're not. They're standing up for corporate interest. And, they're also beholden to the wishes of a central bank. So they can't really govern you the way that they ought to anyways. So,
I mean, I can't believe this in this day and age. I know money rules the world, but I cannot believe that we allow any corporation ever. Why should they have any dollar amount they could contribute whatsoever to any politician?
Yeah.
Every dollar that's raised for any sort of political funding should be done by the people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
The fact that a corporation can donate hundreds of millions to sway, it's just absolute dog shit to me.
It's disgusting. And that's where the potential of, transparent, decentralized transactions and ledger books, that's the juice in it. But you have to be pinpointed about how you apply it. Like DeSci, BJ, I made a video about DeSci, just the front end of it, the potentials. I'm going to talk about it. You don't want to talk about it?
I want to.
You want to?
You took my prom date.
Well, damn it. Do the video with me.
No, I'm down. Yeah.
You should.
It's a similar thing. It's like you have technologies that can basically eradicate disease. Now, you can get into the debate whether or not you should eradicate disease. If you guys want to go on a fun tangent, it's known as survival of the sickest. For example, sickle cell anemia. Do you want to cure it? Because it makes you malaria proof. So there are pros and cons to all of these different things. But when I can currently go online, I can buy guide RNAs for about $14 and do gene edits to potentially cure a disease that is a genetic inhibition for me and potentially anybody else down the line. Do I want that to get locked up? No. And that's the true side of DeSci that I do actually care about. For example, another good one is Keith Komoto was working on, I believe they did the first officially funded NIH funded research for Alzheimer's.
Okay.
Where it wasn't funded by taxpayers. It was people who actually wanted to make things happen. And the government got super pissed about it because they've been putting hundreds of millions of dollars into this research that basically a small decentralized group of people were able to get better results with less money.
Absolutely.
And it's like, oh, wait. You're not able to funnel money around. You're not able to control people's health. You're not able to tell people where their money goes, what they do, and when they're going to die. Like it's an absurdity. So it's like the more we can decentralize knowledge is extremely important.
Yeah, they keep you sick to keep a customer going.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
it's the reason I am not a doctor. I was a pre-med biochemist. I literally watched my dad basically die because of the fucking medical industry just killing him because he couldn't treat patients anymore. And it's like, that's not something I want to be part of. Like it's a joke of a system.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, absolute joke.
It's an interesting concept and a good potential that I hope that blockchain is able to get in the mix and bring.
But I do worry
that
it's just going to be a fancy word because some of the biggest people already involved are Pfizer and everybody else, where I was like, oh, this is just sugarcoating a lie.
Because you can have a DAO, but you can also buy out the whole DAO, right? That's the problem.
So, and I think that's an important thing to talk about because it's like the illusion of democracy is a disease we've all gotten way too used to.
Yeah.
And that is very dangerous.
It is. That's why I don't like CBDCs. I know that I'm dusted if CBDCs come out. My digital history, boy, it's going to be tough for me to buy food. If that gets automated and scrubbed through by an AI overlord, I'm going to be eating chickens in the forest. So, but on the bright side of stuff, we have more banks. This is just another bank I want to highlight. Commerce Bank. Commerce Bank. Very basement appropriate. Ooh, what is going on here? Owen is moving in on BJ, hurting him. Owen, stop hurting him.
You want it farther from my mouth?
Oh my gosh.
No, it's like right here.
Oh my goodness gracious. I can't believe I just witnessed that.
The Deadwoods comment, did y'all see the video of ramen noodles under a microscope? Do you already eat bugs? You eat bugs?
Oh yeah.
There's bugs in ramen?
There's some microscope videos that show bugs. There's bugs on a lot of regular food out in my garden that I'm eating.
True.
So, like I grab a tomato, I guarantee you there's lots of bugs on there and I give very little F's. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know how many mealworms I ate over the summer because they get in our peaches?
How many?
Every single peach has mealworms.
Oh, does it?
And
you just ate them?
Yeah, I mean,
I love
it's
peaches
organic.
too.
Like there's literally no pesticides on it. So it's like I'd rather eat a mealworm than have it covered in forever chemicals.
Hey, when I was in Asia, I was there and there's a woman that grabbed this fruit or vegetable or something that had, and I asked the American that I was like, what, don't you want to get this one instead? She goes,
Yeah.
no, I want to get this one because of the bugs eating it. Then I know that this one, the nature said that this one's probably going to be healthier and doesn't have chemicals in it. And this one does, which is why it doesn't have bugs. So it's a weird sort of context we have to get to in our brains.
Absolutely, man.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Wait a minute. I used to eat my ramen noodles with Alfredo sauce. Well, here's the deal. I love ramen and I love Alfredo. I'm going to have to try that, but that sounds ridiculous.
Oh my God. Don't you think it'd be too thick of sauce for those tiny little noodles?
Yeah, it's the wrong combination, but I commend you, brother.
I
commend you surface area just isn't doing it for you.
That's the danger zone right
To this
there.
day, I get creative
Yeah.
with the sauce and the noodles.
Well, I need to decide what is going to be the next buy here, you guys. I need to go to the losers here. Obviously, the markets are going good. Where are the losers? XDC network might be on that list. ADA hasn't really moved, has it? Let me see here.
I don't think so.
Let me see where it might be a good 37 cents for ADA. It's only up by 6% for the week. Libra, this is a tough call because I know I want to buy something that's not like completely winning yet. Can't buy into the Solana rip right now. Oh, I'm probably going to just have to. God, even Ajax is up by 10%, but we were just here yesterday. This is a tough call. I don't know what to do here.
This might be a go to Dex Tools kind of day.
Okay, yeah, we're going to Dex.
I don't recommend this.
No, let's go to
this
Dex
is
Tools.
Naughty.
I'm going to
this
Dex
is
Tools.
naughty land.
I was on Dex Tools last night. I get let's see.
No, you just look at the top 10 scrolling by.
Well, let me see. Well, give me a second.
Or that.
Oh,
okay.
Ooh, okay. Because I was talking about this one last night. I want to see where it ended up here. Let's see here. Hey, we're doing real good. All right, we went live about it right in this pocket. So this one, I think that Cysteine Research and Forest is onto something. This is probably, we're going to have like a whole section over the next few months that'll be literally just based on politics, I'll bet you. Especially with all that crazy stuff going on and what we just seen. They're about ready to get fist fighting. Just think that the next, watch out for a fist fight on Congress or Senate Hill, and then watch out for that meme token about it. Just stay on top of it. There's potential there. I remember when the people were making patches, memes would come out and it'd be fire, and then they'd turn the meme into a patch immediately, and they would sell out. And then those patches ended up going for a lot of money on the secondary market. So it's not too crazy to think now with this, ability to create projects like that. What you got, Hannah?
They made a Grok coin.
Yes, they did. We covered Grok. That dumps so hard. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. I just was talking about the new X's AI Grok, and then the next day I woke up and saw that there was a meme coin Grok, and it had gone way up, right? It tanked.
Yes.
People made money
tanked.
though. Be watching the senators fight, and then make your money on the meme coins.
Right.
Get out of there
Sanders,
quick.
stood up and punched that guy, that would be an
It's
instantaneous.
like Chris Rock.
Yes.
Yo,
the Will
I'm
Smith
so
slap.
sorry to be off the rails, but Chris Rock and
Will Smith. The most
yeah.
set up thing ever.
Yes, that. Okay, so when I was watching when Will Smith slapped him.
Yeah.
He doesn't slap him. He slaps his own chest while swinging at him.
Okay.
Okay.
I was watching it
It's
live.
a WWE move where you're like,
Yeah.
I was like, there's
Okay.
absolutely
Watch it
no way
happen.
that's real. But I saw something this week that happened a long time ago.
also, you want to know what else happened?
Really?
It happened a long time ago,
No,
and
is
they were
that
reenacting
they
it, or it was
bring
in a
up
play.
what is it, Jada Pinkett Smith, his wife, being like, "Oh, she has alopecia," and then
Alopecia.
brought to you by Pfizer, who also released a alopecia medicine within the week of that happening.
Why does everything lead back to them?
It's hilarious. That's why I'm just like, oh, everybody's talking about her having alopecia. Oh wait, Pfizer.
Why does everything lead
But
back
it's not
to them?
staged.
Oh yeah, and
It's
let
not.
us know.
It's
We
definitely
took
not.
the OG chat off just for today to see how it out, because I want to make sure we've been getting some sick, thick clips. Primarily of Owen. We get a short amount of time with Owen on television, so we try to clip that. Don't clip that, Joel. Okay, calm down. So I saw someone in the chat found
God,
10K.
it sounds like you're against rabbis.
I'm against rabbis.
Hey, you're saying don't clip that.
Oh my God.
Anyway,
All right, don't you go changing on me. Steve Weaver found 10K ETH. Go up to scroll up on that chat, Owen. Let me see here. Go up a little bit. All right, stop. 10K ETH, Solana, XRP, or Link right here, right now.
I'd say, honestly, probably a portfolio that kind of diversifies between those four.
You think all four?
Yeah.
Well, what would be heavier for you? Because like,
I would be, this is not financial advice. I'd be a little aggressive on it. But I do think the market's still going to correct. So I'd be a little hesitant to even say it, but I'd probably do 40% ETH and then Sol XRP Link. I'd probably put them about even.
Okay. This is almost kind of similar to my portfolio. My portfolio is heavily overinvested in Chainlink. But then I also hold a good amount of XRP. I do hold a small amount of Ethereum, but I do not own any Solana. So Solana is a token. I'm in the position where I'm seeing if the slight cool down on the markets, and if it doesn't rip past this volume pocket, it's moving past. The volume pocket it's in right now is trying to teleport it up to $80 a token. If that fails, it has a potential to come back down to $42, even $50. I'll be buying. That's what I'm going to be doing with Solana. I don't think that Solana is going anywhere in the short term. It is going to be a player in the next bull market. So with that being said, I can't kick myself in the butt for buying super cheap Chainlink or all these other projects because I was just focused in on them. And even with all the FUD that was going on against Solana, it's hard for me to go after an entire blockchain ecosystem because of what Sam and Alameda were doing. And I never discounted that it could accomplish that $100 level, even if all hell broke loose and it was only used for NFTs, degen type plays like that. But it's not going anywhere. Now we have Kathy Woods talking about it on CSNBC or CNBC. It's getting spoken about by normies. It's going to be listed. And I won't be surprised if we do see that ETF application at the least for a real Solana ETF or for an XRP ETF. Some of the top altcoins will probably get their own ETF applications at the least, but it's
didn't it already have an ETF?
No, well,
that's not what FTX did with it. I'm making a bad joke.
No,
that was a terrible joke.
It was.
Yeah, I was like,
because they made synthetic assets, and it's that's what it's like with an ETF that you're not really investing in what you think.
Spot ETF, you got to buy it though. You have to have a proof of custody. You have to have it held. You have to buy the real goods. That's the exciting part about it.
It is.
Not just a futures ETF where they can synthesize everything and put us into the debt oblivion of hell, never to escape out of, like we have found ourselves on traditional banking. So, with all that being said, I'm really glad that Trump token is pumping hard because we talked about that. My God, this thing, I'm not going to discount it.
If you look at the chart, it is the inverse of sad.
It is excellent, maybe the best. 9 million. We showed it on the show at 5 million market cap last night. So that's pretty cool to see. But in general, the rest of the projects that are doing good, and I know Injective is crushing it here. Here's Thorchain. God, it's so hard to decide when. I know when to talk about them well ahead of time, but good Lord, look at that. Look at that. This is the year. That is just absolutely sick. On the year. Thorchain, I love to see this thing flying. It's got a history though. It's been around for a while. We'll just do the flash view. Pretty similar price action to market cap for decent tokenomics. It's a dang good project, man. I'm not discounting this thing at all. I am well positioned in Avalanche right now. Kelly, what's the next buy for you? Let's go around the room. What's the next buy? What token do you have on your radar, Kelly?
Man, I'm on the new season of Trading Wars, so I got to look at that because I'm going to be trading very aggressively.
Yeah,
we can only trade 1 hour, 1 day a week, live on air. So
you're going to be on Trading Wars.
Yeah,
that's pretty fun.
Starting tomorrow.
Show me your liquidation face.
You can pull my fib.
IYKYK.
Just do a happy brush right
Who are
here.
you going up against?
It's me, Frankie, Army Piper, Crypto Crow, AJ, and there's a couple other people on there.
Okay.
Honesty, I think was his name.
Okay.
And another guy, I can't remember his name.
Very cool.
But yeah, so
that's gonna be high pressure, right? You got to pick a trade within there. Pretty
well,
fun.
you have to trade. Yeah, you have to trade. You have $1,000 to trade with, and you have to trade for on the hour of your episode is the only time that your P&L counts. So I'll have to trade just 4 weeks, 1 hour a week on those Thursdays, and we'll all see who does the best and the worst. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at the charts. I don't know, honestly.
And are you watching Celestia? I know a lot of people in chat are talking about it. I mean, I'm not scared of its tokenomics set up until October of next year. And this thing just came out. It's almost $1 billion market cap already, though, you guys. 855 mil, moved up very fast. Number 61 still, but it came out at like $2.
Looking a little toppy.
Yeah. What was it at
hopefully.
last time we showed it?
I mean, we've been showing it like in this range. We've been showing it, checking in on it every few days, and it has just absolutely exploded. We were even talking about it in this. And in our coverage, we had to bring up the massive unlock that comes, but that's a year down the road. And, you know, I don't know. It's named Tia. How could I not buy this token? You know what I mean? Like, that'd be wrong. So I'm seeing if this is a top. You know, my next buys, I hope it's Solana. I hope that we get a reversal a little bit, but it doesn't look like Bitcoin is slowing down in general. I've just got to be honest with you.
I like how nobody asked what I'm buying next.
What are you buying?
ADA.
ADA?
But I'm pondering in some Polkadot and Avalanche as well.
Really? Mm-hmm. We're going to do a Polkadot review too. What do you like Polkadot?
I mean, it's Rust based.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I've been looking. I mean, both of them are Rust based, but like I'm looking for a good Rust base to hop on. So.
Well, you know, ICP's Rust based too.
Yeah, that one weirded me out.
Weirded you out?
Yeah.
It's a centralized governance right now.
Well, it's also weren't we looking at similar to how you do the quick flash between current price and market cap.
Yeah, let's do that.
If I remember correctly, there was not a great correlation.
Let's
It was something we looked at where it was like, oh,
no, that I mean the
supply happened.
the flash view of the tokenomics is not bad. Like the canister burn.
What was the one? Yeah, no, that's actually totally fine.
Yeah, like that. The canister burning tokenomics set of ICP is reasonable.
What was the one?
ICP's going for a lot though. It might fail. I'm not saying it's not gonna. I'm not saying it's a guaranteed. Like ICP's trying to bite off a large chunk. It's trying to become this decentralized internet. It's a big thing to accomplish. Canistered smart contracts on Bitcoin, a big thing to accomplish. Mm-hmm. But it's an exciting narrative.
Well, it's like Nervos being like, we're going to be the first layer 0 that does complete interoperability.
Right.
Like, yeah, I bought it and I've mined it, but it's like you're literally trying to claim that you're going to perfect the trifecta. So it's like
the trilemma they talk about,
and security. It's
yes.
Okay. Like, you didn't even try. That's like the chick being like, I can do everything you've ever wanted. And you're like, oh. And then she just falls asleep, and you're like, oh.
My God. But then she wakes up, and she stabs you in your sleep.
Okay.
So.
You had a very different prom night than I did.
No, very different. ICP, good price action. Honestly, you're not missing out much. If you bought in a year ago, you're right around where you were. But this month is what's exciting me because I just re-entered at the beginning of the month and things are going great. So we're at almost $5. This is the year. And I've seen this type of chart on a bunch of good aggressive layer 1s and layer 2s. This double bottom W shape.
That looks a lot like the Bitcoin bottom.
It does. Absolutely. That's what I was treating. And really on Bitcoin, man, Kelly, I have a video that is coming out. Actually, it just came out. If you didn't see it, click our video section after this and check into it. It's about crypto conviction, how to have conviction in crypto. But, you know, there's a lot of people talking about this level. I want to show, where is it? So this 25.1 and this 25.1 fall down to level. I treated as a very basic hillbilly double bottom without any other stuff. You know, any other indicator? Obviously, I listened to Kelly's sentiment and everything, but this double bottom setting up just told me in my bones, we're about ready to wake the F up. I had a lot of conviction. I got out of the markets at this kind of 31 spot, 32, let it fall back down to that same 25.1. It happened. The everything that I thought was going to happen happened. So then I knew in my heart of hearts, it was time to move everything into Chainlink. And it was like $5.90. Things go great if you have conviction and you have a plan, but you have to also be able to execute it. You know, that's the tough thing. You got to be able to execute it. It's a gut-wrenching feeling stabling up that much money when everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to the moon right now. You have to, you know, listen to everyone and what their opinion is, but then also create your own plan, create your own goals, because then you'll be able to pull the trigger. on that move and actually do really well. If you have enough patience and enough research and enough hard work put into the market, that's just what it's all about, guys.
Yeah, I think Ducey's correct on this. I want to ask Kelly. Ducey asks, only care about future dilution. Past dilution has no effect on price, or am I wrong?
Let's see. Where is that?
I think that's an accurate statement.
Future to past dilution.
Yeah.
No effect.
Because the market's already responded to said dilution.
Yeah, pretty much. I'd imagine
agree.
so. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we got Kelly is honest and Sistine Research, Magic Internet Money, Piper, Frankie, Evan Aldo, Jason Napleton. Absolutely wonderful people to follow for Crypto Alpha. And, make sure that you're following people that are giving good picks and not getting wrecked. There's a time and a place for everything. So
damn, for being inside, I don't know how all these shadows are getting cast.
You know me, BJ.
I do.
Me. You know me so well. Well, we are going to wrap it up. Hannah, I'm glad you're alive.
Thanks, guys.
You know what I mean? Really
We're
glad you're alive. What are you gonna buy? What are you gonna buy? What are your targets? Like, are you still doing XRP buys or?
No, not buying XRP, but I want a pullback on Chainlink or Solana. That's what I've been looking at. Just because the sentiment, like on Twitter and here, everywhere, Chainlink, Solana, and
$46 Solana.
this, and also I'm not gonna lie, ADA. ADA's just so cheap, and like I feel like
Inexpensive. Cheap implies bad.
Inexpensive.
Need more.
I don't want to hear it fade.
Cost effective.
Cost effective.
That's a cost effective price
It's
right
an
there.
inflation friendly crypto token you can get lots of for very cheap right now. Well, look at that. Match in the background. Again, you always match the background. So.
Always throwing gang signs up.
Thank you guys for joining me. We're going to
Yeah,
go
the
cause
best
some
gang
trouble.
sign. Is that the coolest gang sign?
That's a gang sign?
An
What is that? A
S.
Solana?
Or we can make it a Z.
Oh, yeah. That's what they should do. That's what they should do. Well, you guys are awesome. I wonder, oh man, did we get 304 likes? Did we almost get 500
Hey,
likes?
103 likes.
No tattoo today. I got away with it today. Maybe next time.
Hey, if we can get one more like, I will get a henna tattoo that says forever.
A Hannah tattoo that says
Hannah,
forever?
because it's ironic, because it's not.
Oh.
This man's hilarious.
Oh,
All right.
wait, that is.
Okay.
Everybody, thank you all for
We're
being
taking
here.
off.
Hit that like button.
See you
Subscribe,
guys
ring
at
the
the
bell.
top. Peace.
Get in the Discord. Adios. We'll touch you.